Here we are at the first dungeon of the game, Tail Cave. Just head left of screen and you'll face off with a brand new enemy known as a hard hat beetle. Just slash at them so that they fall off the ledge and a small key will appear. Head left of screen and defeat the 4 green Zol that are in this room, and then open the treasure chest to get the compass. There's a compass in every single one of the dungeons, and what it does is it shows you where all the treasure chests are in the particular dungeon. It also shows you where the nightmare is, which is basically the dungeon boss. And also a new feature in Link's Awakening is, when you enter a room that has a small key, it will make a little jingle explaining so. Head north here and there's a couple little slime enemies known as Gel. We actually fought these earlier, I just didn't have time to explain what they were. Step on the switch here and a treasure chest will appear that contains yet another small key. From here, just head to the right and there's another new enemy known as a Stalfos. It's a classic Zelda enemy that we've faced in several games before. Just one slash with your sword will do them in, and once you kill all the enemies, you'll get the dungeon map. The panel at the top is basically like a one-way door of sorts. So once you head north, the door will lock behind you. Defeat the enemies and then head right through the locked door. There's a new enemy here known as a Spark. You can't really kill it right now, so just avoid them, and then you could kill the Stalfos and then head up a screen. Here, this enemy is known as 3 of a kind, basically. It has the 4 suits that you would normally see in a card deck, and basically you have to slash them so that the same suit appears on all 3 of them. This could be rather annoying, and it takes a lot of time and patience a little bit, but once you hit all 3 of them, a treasure chest will appear, and this is a stone beak. There's one of these in every single one of the dungeons, and there are also these owl statues. When you have the stone beak and you basically go up to the owl statue, it gives you some advice about something later in the dungeon. Here we have another new enemy known as a mini Moldorm. Defeat it with 2 sword slashes, and then open the treasure chest to get a small key. Head to the screen on the left, and you'll notice there on the wall on the left, there's actually a crack in the wall. We unfortunately don't have any bombs yet, so we can't do much about it. Once you defeat the mini Moldorm, a treasure chest will appear, and open it to get some rupees. Here we have somewhat of an enemy. It's a blade trap, and when you walk across the path, the blade trap will basically collapse, trying to squish you in a way. Just get by it, and in this room, just avoid the sparks. And there's a stone statue here. If there is a door that you can't open, move a stone block, and it basically gives you the advice that you're supposed to move that block. Read this. Turn aside the spine ones with a shield. And here we have these spike beetles, and if we use our shield, they will flip over. 2 sword slashes will do them in, and this creates a staircase at the corner. And here we have another classic Mario enemy known as a Goomba. And this is just another one of the exact replicas of Mario, an enemy. What's cool about them is every time you jump on their head, it gets you a recovery heart. And here we have the dungeon item, the Rock's Feather. What the Rock's Feather does is it allows Link to jump. And this was very significant because we were never able to jump in the entire Zelda series up until this moment. So you can jump across these ledges, you can jump on the Goombas, but it's pretty cool. We can easily navigate this room by just jumping over the ledge here. And ooh, that blade trap just crushed me. Since we came from an underground area, all the enemies will have respawned. But we want to just backtrack here. You can defeat the Moldorm if you'd like. You can now use the Rock's Feather to jump over the sparks. It makes it safer in a way. There's another hard-to-at beetle here, but you don't really need to bother trying to defeat this one. Just avoid it. And here we have the Nightmare Key, or Nightmare's Key. And this will allow us to gain access to the Nightmare, the dungeon boss. It basically is the same as the boss key from previous Zelda titles. We want to backtrack to the room right before the room that had the 3 of a kind. So just head to the right here, defeat the orange Stalfos, and then continue along to the right. Now that we have the Rock's Feather, we can jump across the gap to get to the door on the right. And here we will fight the dungeon mini-boss, Rolling Bones. Just jump over the spiked roller that he rolls at you and just keep slashing at him with your sword. He is incredibly easy to defeat, and you actually can defeat him without ever allowing him to get to the left side. He leaves a ferry, and then there's a warp portal. If you step in the warp portal, this will take you to the dungeon entrance. Head up, and here we have the dungeon boss, Moldorm. The key to defeating him is you have to hit him in his tail 4 times. What I would do is equip Rock's Feather, and whenever he gets close, jump on over him. Every time you hit him once though, he goes crazy and runs around the room like a madman. And if he hits you, and if you fall off one of the ledges, you'll be taken to the floor below, you'll have to scale some stairs, and the battle starts over. Another option to defeating him is to use your shield and hug against one of the walls, but this could be rather difficult. You could also use your spin attack, as that works pretty effectively against him. Grab the heart container, head up, and get the full moon cello. This is the first of 8 instruments that we will need to get in order to wake the windfish. So that'll do it for the first dungeon, Tail Cave. Congratulations, and join me for chapter 2 when we will try to collect a second instrument.